Hello, Cherries. My friend Ian asked me, how do you create your backing track so fast? Well, in this video, I'm going to show you how easy it is to whip up a backing track. My name is Cherry. Welcome to my channel. My mission is to help guitarists improve their playing and take the necessary steps to become successful. I generally create backing tracks for two purposes. The first is for my classic guitar solo videos that I give tutorials on. The other is for my live streams where I'll create like a 12-bar blues or a jazz progression that I'll just have loop continuously for the purpose of a lesson. I may also have one chord looping over and over again for the purpose of learning the sound of a scale or a mode. I think that it's very beneficial for guitar players to play along with backing tracks. If you could create your own, the better off you'll be. Making a backing track for me is not like recording an album. Yes, I want to make it tight and presentable, but I'm not striving for perfection. The backing track is intended to highlight what I'll be playing over it. It'll generally take me about 30 minutes to create a simple backing track with drums, bass, and guitar. I also created one last week for my live stream where I performed the classic Robert Johnson song, Sweet Home Chicago. Okay, so we have our brand new Protools session here called How to Make a Backing Track. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to create a click track. Okay, so we have our click track, and hit spacebar here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we're gonna establish our tempo. So if we go down here to the tempo, we will highlight that, and basically you could listen to something to determine what tempo you want it to be. If you're covering a song, if you're doing like a solo of a cover song, or you just want to get the tempo of a song, you can listen to it and then tap it into this space right here with hitting the T button. Listen to the beats of the song and just tap it in there. So I already know that it's 102 beats per minute, so I'm going to enter that in there, and there it is right there. Okay, so next we're going to open up another track. But this is going to be a stereo instrument track. We're going to call it drums. Not arums. Drums. Okay, how's that? Much better. Okay, now we'll go up here to our inserts, and we'll open up Easy Drummer. For our instruments, go down here to Easy Drummer. There it is. Okay. So, you can see, here's our drums. So we have our drum set open. Let's go to the browser. Let's go to the search. And I know it's going to be a blues song, so in my genre, I'm going to click blues. And that's going to pretty much bring up all the blues type of beats. But I'll also hit the playing style shuffle. So that's kind of going to consolidate a lot of it's going to narrow down my choices. So you can listen to this one right here, this verse. Listen to this one. You listen to this bridge right here. You got some fills. But you know what? I like this one right here. This verse number 1. It's perfect. If you find this video helpful, please tap the like button, hammer on the subscribe button, and ring the bell for notifications. Thank you so much. Okay, so next, we're going to drag this beat to our Pro Tools session here. Okay, and the way that I'll do that is like this. I'm gonna open this up a little bit. Okay, there's drums. I change this from clips to notes. Okay, now I'm going to make sure that it's on grid mode here so that it locks right into the grid. If it was on slip mode, I could be placing it anywhere. Doesn't click to snap to the grid here. So leave it on, make sure it's on grid. Now come back over here to the Easy Drummer, and I'll grab this verse and I'll just bring it right here to number 2, or to the second bar here. Okay, so now I can close this out. Okay, and I have 8 bars. Okay, so it gave me 8 bars, but I really need 12 bars. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and copy this, the last 4 bars here. I'm just going to highlight 4 bars here like this. Then I'm going to just Command D, it'll duplicate the last 4 bars. It should sound fine. Okay. Eventually I wind up just having it loop. So just play 12 bars over and over again. Hit the save button. Save your work. You don't want to lose it. Okay, so now let's record some bass. So we'll open up another track, new track. It'll be a mono audio track. We'll call it bass. Just like that. Open that up a bit. We'll make sure that our input is set to 1, which is what we want. Okay. So now let's go over to our Universal Audio console, and we'll make sure that we get our sound here. So I'll go right here to channel 1 and guitars and bass. I'm going to go down to my Ampeg SVT Classic, which is great. And I have a preset that I like to use a lot, and it's from my last song that I recorded called Stoned and Gone. So we'll use that, and basically it's just a regular sound here with just the volume down a little. That's its default settings. Nothing else has changed except the volume is adjusted accordingly. So let's see what this sounds like. Let me grab my bass. Okay, so you want to make sure that the, you can't really see it because I'm in the way here, but let me move me out of the way for a sec. As you can see, you want to make sure that you're not clipping too much past 6, minus 6 dBs here. So that's pretty good right there. So let's see what that sounds like. along with our drums. So I'll close this out. Now I have a compressor on here as well, but it's not recording with it, it's just monitoring it. So it's without it. And with it on. Okay, so I still have a good level here. Okay, so that'll work. The gentle compression. We'll close this out. We'll bring that down. Now let's just play along with this. And see if we can get a level so that we could play and see what it sounds like. Okay, so that works for me. I mean, I could hear it. It's a good level. I hear the drums. I hear the bass. So let's give it a take. Okay. Now what we could do is we could loop these 12 bars and see. Okay, it's playing back loud, so let me just lower that on the playback channel. Now, because I have it looping here, for like a live stream, I could just hit the play button, you know, and it's going to start at the beginning of a 12-bar blues progression, and it's just going to loop over and over and over again until I stop it. Now, I'd probably maybe give it another take or two, but for the purposes of this video, we'll leave it. It's good enough, right? Open up a new track here. We having fun? If you're enjoying this video, please tap the like button, hammer on the subscribe button, and ring the bell for notifications. Thank you. So we'll go back over to here, and new track, mono, audio track. We'll call it guitar. 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 Is that how you spell guitar? It's so small. It's a little dark in here. Okay, that's guitar. Okay. And we'll make that a little bit bigger. And there's a joke in there somewhere. See? It automatically switches to the right, or channel 2, but we have to make sure that's back on channel 1, because I'm only using one input on the interface, which is the same for the bass as the guitar. So it's 1. Okay, go back to the beginning here. And guitar. So now we have to go back to our console, Universal Audio Console, and change it back to the guitar sound. So once again, I'll just move myself out of the way here. And then we'll go over to here, go back up here, and we'll change this. Yeah. We'll change that to guitar bass from the Ampeg to a Fender 55 Tweed Deluxe. And I have a sound already, a preset. Well, it's not my preset, but it's one of the presets it comes with. And it's called Albert Royal Cream. How about that for like everything that Eric Clapton's ever done in his life right here. So this is a pretty cool plug-in. And let's go ahead and get the guitar. I'm going to lower the gain. So you can see right here, it's already like hitting a little past the 6. So I'm just going to lower the level, as you can see on the plug-in. In the bottom of the plug-in. Once again, I'll move me out of the way. Get out of the way, me. And we'll lower the plug-in right here. So that we have more comfortable. Good. And the sound works. Okay. So, once again, I'm not going crazy with the sounds. I mean, I found this last week, the sound, so I know it works. And close this off for right now. And we'll hide our console. Make sure our guitar... Let's just get a level first before I record this. So let's hear everything. Okay, the level is fine with me. I could hear the drums, the bass, everything. So let's hit the record over here, and give it a shot. One take, baby. Here we go. Okay. You know, we're not making a record here. We're making a backing track. Doesn't have to be perfect. You know, what's really important is it's in time, it's in key, it's in tune, you know, and we'll be able to work on our solos, jam forever over these. So let's try it. Okay. All right, so we got that. We'll hit save. Always save. And we will highlight the 12 bars. Let's see what it sounds like here. Just 12 bars, right? Yeah. I think that's the end of it. Oh, it's distorting and loud. And go ahead and lower that channel. See what it sounds like. Let's turn this record off too. Turn the click track off too. There you go. guitar blues. California to my sweet home Chicago. Alright. Okay. It's good. Like I said, you know, it's not perfect. I could have probably did a couple more takes, but for the purposes of this video, I'm just gonna keep it simple and go with it. Oh, one thing I forgot to do is I didn't have my reverb on to monitor like I usually do. I don't record with reverb, but I will monitor it with reverb, but that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to add a little bit of reverb to it. It's very dry. So we'll mix it a little bit. So we have the tracks. We have the drums. We have bass. The first thing I'll usually do a little quick editing, quick mixing. I'll go over to the bass here. I'll open up a plugin, an EQ, and I'll use the Fab Filter Pro EQ that I love to use right here. And what that does is I can cut some of the lows off that are unnecessary. You see that right here. It's the low cut, and I'll make the curve right here at 18 dBs, a little bit more of a curve. Here, now watch what this does. I'll mute the guitar so you can really just hear the bass. Watch, if I cut this off, I'm just cutting off the lows. So I'm not going to cut all those off. I just want to get rid of this real low rumbling noise that doesn't need to be there. And I can use my ears, but I also use this little thing, because that's really what's recorded. That line right there. The outside line is like overtones that I don't really need. So it's usually, I'll use my ears and I'll use my eyes here to guide me. And I'll constantly bypass it. Here's without it. Hear what it does? Just getting rid of that low boominess that's in there. So bypass here. Here's with it on. So just cutting some of those lows. That's pretty good. Okay, so we got that. With that, you know what? I'll even add a little compression to it, to the bass. Just a little bit. I'll go over here to one of my faves. It's the UA 1176 Legacy. It's the one that I monitored it with earlier. But we'll put on a gentle bass comp. Okay, let's hear that. It's slamming it right there, see that? So we're gonna back off on that for right now. It's just a simple compression. A little bit of -3. Let's see what it did. Bypass it. So make up a little gain right there. Okay, so that's pretty good for it there. Now let's mute this for a second. And let's hear this guitar. Now I'll do the same thing with the EQ. Put the Fab filter on it. My favorite thing in the world. We will cut this back down here. Put low cuts. Same thing with the -18. And this is like really fast. Because if you're doing an album, you'd be more particular. This is really cool because it helps you just work fast. You know what I mean? We're not like really going crazy here. If I cut all that out, so I can still see where I have recorded. I can still see overtones. I can do that. But I don't need a lot of bass in this guitar because I have bass guitar. So it'll just get rid of this overtones that are just gonna mud up your mix. Here's with the bass. Bypass it. Okay, so good enough. We'll go with it. Okay, so I won't add compression on that because distorted guitars like that are very compressed. as it is. But here's what I will do. Need to add some reverb. Some reverb, Jetty. Reverb. Oh man. So, and I'm not going to add reverb to an insert. I'm going to open up a new track here. And it's going to be a stereo. No, I'm going to keep it a mono because I'm just having it in for one guitar. So I'll keep it a mono. A mono aux inputs. And it's going to be reverb. Just a mono reverb. Creates. It's right there. And on that channel, on the inserts, I'm going to put a reverb on it. And it's going to be a mono reverb pro. I'm going to crank the mix all the way up. And I'll shut it off. Done. Now, I'm going to send this. This is the sends. I'll go to the bus right here. And I'm going to pick bus 5. Not the stereos. These are my stereo reverbs. Right there, left and right. I'm just going to go with bus 5 output. Okay. And then on the guitar channel, I'll take my sends, go to my bus 5. I'll turn it all the way up. I'll close it out. No, I won't close it out. Leave it right there for right now. But I'll turn this down. Now, just to mute this bass for a second. No, not the reverb. Mute the bass. There it is. So listen to this. As I bring the guitar in, it has 100% reverb on it. Of course, I don't want that, but I want to hear what it sounds like. Then I could bring down the bus channel, all of it. But I'll usually just bring it down slowly. I'll turn it up. Put the bass back in. That reverb. I don't need that much, but I'm going to blend it in. Start bringing it down slowly. I'll mute it. See how dry it is? Put it on. I'm going to hear it, you know? It's just the backing track we're creating here. So we're making a Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band record. Plus I want to blend it kind of low because I don't want this guitar to be very prominent. I want the solos to be heard. But I want to hear something, some foundation here, so I'm going to tuck it into the mix. I mean, I'm digging where the drums and the bass are sounding. I'm not going to go crazy mixing. There's 3 tracks here. So, that's pretty much it right there. We'll close that. It's like if I was playing live, I would go ahead and I would select 12 bars. You know, and I'm talking, I'm explaining what I'm going to do. We're going to play a blues scale over this, and let's try it out. You can let that run over and over, and I'll stop it, and blah blah blah. Okay, and then this time we're going to try playing the Mixolydian scale over the changes. Hit it. Okay, this time we're going to try mixing some altered scales in there and some diminished and some whole tone scales. A million things you could do. Okay, so one last thing I want to show you. If I want to send this to you, like if you say, hey, you know, can you send me this backing track? I want to jam over it. Obviously, I can't send it like this because I can't loop. It's not going to loop for you when I send it to you, so I have to actually make a real track. So what I would do is I will come over to here. I'll shrink this down a little bit. I'll take this track right? And I'll just duplicate everything. Duplicate. I just did it 4 times. I would do it probably a bunch of times to make it maybe like a 10 minutes jam so that it would all be good. Let's just see how this. See how it just blended? All the edits. And I might do like some kind of fade out. If you find this video helpful, please tap the like button, hammer on the subscribe button, and ring the bell for notifications. Thank you so much. To get this sound, I'm using the Universal Audio Apollo Twin quad-core Thunderbolt audio interface. It comes with some great plugins. If you're interested, I put a link in my description. I release a new guitar video every Wednesday. I also go live every Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. Please join me this Saturday. I'd love to chat with you. Here's a question for you. Is there something you would like me to teach? A song? A solo? Some theory? Please let me know in the comment section. Once again, if you enjoyed this video, please tap the like button, hammer on the subscribe button, and ring the bell for notifications. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. And remember, be cool, be kind, and be cherry.